welcome back to Scarlet Hollow once again, ladies and gentlemen. Just once more, your main Mouth, Wildcard. Welcome me back. Just notice, this appears to be some sort of a gun in this case. I wonder if this is like from a Civil War type thing or something. Seems too small to be a gun though. Maybe it's just a stick. But yeah, whatever it is, I want to know what this flag is about too. Doesn't look like any of the state flags. Maybe it's like a county flag. Hi. Explore. Scarlet. Soldier, Westman leader. Yeah, let's try this first, in case I don't get to do one. Wow! Silas Everett Scarlet was born to Colonel Everett J. Scarlet in 1818. With 12 siblings. He grew up in eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much in his life before he joined the Army in 1836. Quickly rose through the ranks in part due to his father's connection, but also due to a particular ruthlessness which he received the nickname Bloody Silas Scarlet. Reminds me of him, my boxing class I took. I was trained by the 80s Olympic boxing coach, and I earned the nickname Tyson for my fellow students due to my ferocity at the heavy bag. Just don't mess with me. No, I'm not a violent type. I just enjoy working out. I'm only violent if I have to be. Federal government grant, and now Captain Silas attracted bounty of land in exchange for his service in the Indian War, and he settled into the hills of North Carolina in 1841. That land would become Scarlet Hollow. I see. But it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own two hands, occupied by his family of 10. Silas, his wife, Mary Joseph Scarlet, and their 8 children. Logging business brought many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovered rich seams of coal running underneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew to be the land's true value. Thus he had all the resources to found the Scarlet Hollow's now famous coal mine. But finish with this one. Alright, cool, I get to do more. Historical buildings of Scarlet Hollow. Just thought of reading a book like this must put most people to sleep. But you got mystery solved. It's a mystery. It's solved. You need to know everything there is to know about this town. Yeah, because that's what the core of all this seems to be. But just in case I'm about to save, in case I don't get to deal with lifts. The Scarlet State, inarguably the most striking piece of architecture in Scarlet Hollow, the most elaborate and elegant state in the region prior to the construction of the Biltmore in 1895. Andrew Jackson Scarlet. Wonder if he's named for President Andrew Jackson. At least I'm pretty sure he's a president. I know he was one of our founding fathers. But it chose the location atop a hill in Scarlet Hollow's geographic status, though it might be seen from the town below. It remains a constant reminder of the family who carved Scarlet Hollow from the wilderness and provided wealth and prosperity to its residents. Alright, cool. Apparently you can do awesome. Alright, homestead. Homesteads are awesome. That means like gardening and that kind of thing. Situated on the edge of Scarlet Hollow's farmlands, the Tree Main homestead was one of the earliest settlements of Scarlet Hollow, predating even the town's now famous coal mines. Wow. For many decades, the Tree Main family maintained the largest farm in Scarlet Hollow, but a break in family led them to split the land in two and homestead along with it. Despite Many changes made to the two halves of the streamlined house, and in the subsequent decades, the original lab structure is still visible and maintained to this day. Much like in, oh man, why can't I remember it all of a sudden? I'll have to get back to that later. There are undoubtedly the oldest buildings left standing in Scarlet Hollow. One of the first buildings constructed by the Scarlet family, the Scarlet Hollow First Baptist Church sits on its original foundation, though the building was recently constructed to accommodate the influx of citizens during the Scarlet Hollow coal boom of the late 1800s. Attendance has dwindled since the infamous mine collapse in 1918, while the building may have fallen into disrepair with simple vaulted ceilings still evoke awe to any who enter. Okay, first use as a hospital during the Civil War. Wow. A field hospital during the Civil War was named for Scarlet's eldest son, who perished in the bloody conflict. It still stands at the end of what is now the residential Scarlet Hollow, and has served the health community for over 100 years. Wow. The late 1800s, as the town prospered from a coal boom, additions were built onto the house, and it was opened as a change of air clinic, bringing in the prestigious clientele from around the world. They believed the fresh mountain air would do them well, and Scarlet Hollow became a tourist destination for patients of all afflictions. Clinic still operates to this day as a doctor's office and stands as a building of cultural significance. The original mining facility is no longer standing, having been destroyed in the collapse of 1918. Though the new facility outfit with all the cutting-edge technologies the industry is still a fine example of practical destruction. The first iteration of the mining camp was a true product of its name, but few photographs exist on an interesting peek back in a different era. One can still visit the original Scarlet coal mine, the long mines or a few abandoned tunnels closed off to public. In Town Hall, Scarlet personally funded the Town Hall's construction as the first municipal building in the then small community of Scarlet Hollow. It has stood the main street since before the Civil War. Its white-columned edifice withstanding ravages in the 1860s, continuing to stand this day, a stunning piece of antebellum architecture. After the town of Scarlet Hollow switched to a dog mayor system. Dog mayor system of government? Never heard of that. In the 1920s, the building has been put to different use, though the upstairs still houses the town's archives and a ceremonial office for events with the mayor. Yeah, alright, so the mayor of Scarlet is a dog. What can I say? Close the book and put it back. Alright, nice. Can do all of them. Forced into retirement at the age of 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars, assassinated by a sword savings captain in the Confederacy. Oh jeez. Scarlet also lost the two oldest sons to the bloodiest of wars, leaving behind his third eldest son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, to change Scarlet's line. When his leadership line prospered, undoubtedly in part due to the growth of the railroad industry, managed to evade the coal union for decades, making him one of the most profitable mines in the country. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling main street, and overseeing all the elegant Scarlet estate that was until 1895 the largest and finest feat of architecture in the region. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918, in which then Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, loosened security measures to increase production more in World War I, resulting in fatal collapse in the deaths of 160-man boys, some as young as 10. Casualties included Andrew Jackson Scarlet's son Theodore, and his brother Alec V. Scarlet, who had taken over for their aging father. During the bustle of the war, Mads pulled the mine from the brink of ruin, thereby saving the town. So this is the area found in Nate's fortune. And this. A few entries catch your eye. Mothman, yeah, because she was wearing a Mothman shirt earlier. Yeah, the Jersey Devil, I've heard of that. I've read about that. Ginseng babies, roots said to scream like wow. Huh. Wow, all kinds of stuff here. Alright, so, yeah. The Mothman is a large flying creature, generally described as a humanoid with glowing red eyes. It was the first spotted by a couple in West Virginia in the mid-1960s. It was encountered in this region several more times in the following years. Silver Bridge collapse in 1967 has been linked to a series of Mothman sightings, and it's said that the presence of the creature served as some sort of omen, or was a catalyst that led to the disaster. This has since become an important aspect of Mothman. Sightings of this cryptid often taken as a sign that some great its force is soon to follow. Alright, cool. Apparently you can do all of them. Wait, time markers actually are there? I always thought that was something Stephen King had just made up. Interesting. Though the Pine Barrens, the place where this creature is said to have been born on, are far from the Appalachian wilderness, sightings of the Jersey Devil have been documented all throughout the forests of the eastern United States. According to popular legend, the Jersey Devil was born to a woman named Jane Leeds. Leeds, upon realizing she was pregnant with her 13th child, wow, dawned put her the task of, damn, that's taxed up. Remember, I used taxes when I protest against taxes by saying that instead of the Foxtrot word, Foxtrot being military effects, especially an F, because that's what taxes do. They shouldn't exist. It's theft. Upon realizing he was daunted, but cursed the child in a room, proclaiming it would be the devil itself. The boy's normal child quickly transformed in a goat, a horse's head, large bat wings, and a forked devil's tail. Kicking at the family and lashing out with its tail, flew up the chimney and out into the night, disappearing into the Pine Barrens. Jersey Devil is one of the oldest cryptids in North American history, with sightings spanning back through the 1800s all the way down to the origin of the myth in the late 1700s. Not sure if it's a myth or not, it's definitely a legend. As in, no one knows for certain whether it exists or not. It's said to move with incredible speed and is recognizable by its high-pitched, blood-curdling scream. Ha! Yikes. This looks kind of like what we had encountered. It's safe to say life was hard in the South after the Civil War. The land and its people had been ravaged by conflict, and many turned to an unusual industry to get by. One such industry was that of ginseng diggers, or sang diggers? As they were commonly quickly known, who eked out a meager living for themselves by digging up some wild American ginseng. Myths surrounding the sang diggers were plentiful. The most prominent among them was that of the ginseng baby. It was said that if you dig up a ginseng root in the night of the full moon, it will cry like an elephant, leave blood in the earth, and bleed blood in the earth when it's torn free. Parallels to the European mandrake myths are clear, and it can be assumed this myth arose from cross-pollination from European immigrants, but perhaps on the night of the new moon you should go out and try to dig up a ginseng root. See if it cries and check the earth for its blood. For it could be the myth spread not through lessons passed down. It could be the myth spread not through lessons passed down through immigrant families, but born from the unsettling experience of these Appalachian foragers. Yeah, I've heard of the Bell Witch. One of the most famous sightings in North American history, the Bell Witch was a strange entity that plagued the citizens of the Red River region in Tennessee in the early 1800s. Many strange phenomena have been attributed to the witch through the years, but the most famous was the haunting of the Bell family. It started out as a typical haunting with unnatural sounds echoing through the house after sundown and the appearance of a strange mammal no one could identify or capture. Unlike other hauntings, these acts quickly escalated to attacks on the family, and in particular the daughter Elizabeth Bell. She was constantly covered in bruises from the spirit's abuse. The spirit could frequently be heard speaking through walls, its disembodied voice mocking the family and any visitors, and it eventually escalated to giving full-blown hallucinations to those dwelling in the Bell house. Those haunting ended in the early 1800s, its activity continued in the region for many decades. Could be that the entity known as the Bell Witch may still dwell in the Red River regions to this day. The Hopkinsville Goblin's case was a supposed close encounter with extraterrestrials. Nice, cool. In the 1950s near Hopkinsville, Kentucky. During the incident, 5 adults and 7 children arrived at the local police station claiming that a group of small chrome creatures had besieged their farmhouse for hours. When police arrived on the scene, they found bolt holes and spent shells, but little else in the way of evidence. Skeptics suggest the family had simply misidentified a group of great horned owls. Even so, the incident remains one of the most thoroughly corroborated and documented cases of extraterrestrial contact. Often linked to Cherokee legends, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon from driving her husband mad. She hunted it down and by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of the region from its evil. Others say the creature comes to the story of a woman who wore the pelt of a wildcat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hunters of the village gathered to perform the rites, and she watched the secret from underneath the cat's pelt was soon discovered. For her distraction, she was fused with pelt. Indiscretion, she was fused with pelt and transformed into a creature that was neither human nor cat, forced to wander the wilderness alone, feared by all. Her calls of those of great sadness and serves a warning to anyone who dares go against tradition. Tommyknockers relate in Cornish mythology, sprang to the United States when Cornish immigrants began working in the Appalachian mines. The name for the knocking can be heard from somewhere within the walls before cave-in. According to some, knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe the creatures take stone hammers to support the mines. Take stone hammers to the supports of mines and collapse them on whoever is unfortunate enough to still be inside. They're traditionally thought to be impish leprechaun-like beings, but some claim that the spirits of dead miners forever cursed to haunt their final resting place. And finally, the Talipo. Never heard of that one. There was a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both their stomachs emptied, the hunter spotted something out of the corner of his eye. Some small creature had gotten into the cabin through a hole, and before he could even figure out what it was, he drew his gun and fired at the thing. His hunger got in his actions. But it was quick and ran back through its hidey hole and out of sight, leaving only its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. "Guess this will have to do," he said to his dog, and threw the tail in the pot to cook a soup. He and his dog ate well that night, the tail filling them both up. The hunter crawled into bed, satisfied with his dog curled up at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scrabbling across wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot on the covers where he'd been, and in the gloom he saw two big yellow eyes staring right at him. "I want my daily bar," a high, hoarse voice croaked from the darkness. "No way!" screamed the thing. But it stepped close to him, still shrouded in darkness. The sound of long claws dragging across hardwood accompanying its movements. "I want my daily bow," the creature growled again. "I'll get my dog after you," the hunter squeaked, his voice catching the throat with fear, but there was no dog to be seen. "I want my daily bow!" Before the hunter knew so much as scream, the creature lifted up from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one was sure what the creature did that night, but the next morning all that remained was the hunter, his dog, and the cabin. And his cabin was a chimney standing along woods. Close the book and put it back. Okay, I think I'm all done. Let's check in. You know what? Lore Master, nice. I think I found the title for this video as well, Lore Master. Alright, we're going to do what Kanika's mom told us for tonight. I think we can rule out a natural disaster as what went from particularly fear. But not nuclear incidents. Looks like our state has a history with those. What about y'all? Find anything? We're gonna spot a handsome black cat sleeps on the table. Still quickly slams his focus up. "Oh, hey, Pixel." "Oh, jeez. You won't want to close the book. You don't just rip up any paper you can find." "Don't worry, little guy. I'll get your teeth." Pixel immediately goes tail and still streets. "Sorry, Pixel following y'all. I hope you didn't cover up any of the bad books." He can't stand the thought that people might pay attention to anything to him. No, that's just mean. So I'd let Pixel be. Okay, curls up on the table, fast asleep. I better get back to selling. Let me know if you need anything. Yeah, what gives? Scarlet. Ha! Wow, so many decisions. Yeah, what's she talking about? Nuclear incidents? That sounds dangerous. Still, what was that you were saying about nuclear instincts? You were talking about that Goldsboro thing, right? Haha, yeah. Apparently the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up mid-air and dropped a couple of bombs. Oh, jeez. Also, a bit of history there. First two bombs landed upright after his parachute got caught in a tree. Luckily, it didn't go off. At the time, the government couldn't bombs on, but later came out that the only thing preventing detonation was a single electrical switch with finger on the same. 60 years later, the second bomb still has been recovered. Oh, jeez. Right, it's conventional explosive to scan rate mid-air. Hazardous nuclear material was made unrecoverable while floating. Well, that doesn't seem very safe. If I remember correctly, it's buried and sealed up. Huh. I don't think nuclear bombs is a part of that skill set. So nuclear thing. This should be capitalized. The Gulf and God. Gulf being military face for civilian G. Okay, yeah, let's try this. Goldsboro is over 300 miles from here. Fuck, we have to worry about that. Yeah, that's fair. That wouldn't make sense for distance to come to be here specifically if that was the case too. Also, really shouldn't be looking north when it's all disaster anyway. None of those creatures are either biological. You never know with radiation. Perfectly valid point. We actually know quite a bit. Just melts you, it doesn't make monsters. Just melts you? And a 60-year-old bomb isn't going to explode on its own hundreds of miles from away and kill you. There you go. You never know. There could always be a hole in the side of bombers and mutants just waiting to blow it up. I missed this. Yeah, when do you think Wayne first did things? I honestly would be shocked. There's just something wrong with him. Like, I can feel viscerally in my guts. Maybe he's sick. Maybe that has to do with what you saw in the woods. I don't know. I'd buy it. It's all about Scarlet. So about the coal mines here. He visibly shudders. Cold switch just thinking about being in a place like that. I feel sorry for the guys who work up there. I could never. Yeah, me neither. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevasse. Yeah, it does seem like he might be sick. I'm not sure what the time, but what's the point? Yeah, what happened yesterday with the one collapse? Buck just kind of glazed over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole lot written about the past century here. Yeah, Scarlet High Mine is exactly the most ethically run business. No offense or anything, I'm sure it's heavy on some mind, spare the Charles Shaw ever did. Still doesn't let the union though. There's a reason I don't talk. There's a reason I don't talk. Huh? Yeah, what cares? Why is that? You guys really seem to have bunk picked Charles Hall. Oh jeez, what? What kind of monumental disaster? You got run out of town, really? You got run out of town, really, That's not free speech back then. Oh, jeez. They actually tied you to a real radio tent, the big mural over the far wall. Got off easy if you ask me. Oh man, I was hoping there was more to that. Yeah, but Union Bus Mine collapsed in Port Worthing vessels caught me shocked. Yeah, it's pretty awful. That's what the sculpture out front is for. That's what the sculpture out front is for. Remembering all the men and children who died that day. Every kid in Scarlet Hollow learns about the collapse of 1918. Teachers love to emphasize how many children they had before working down there. All to show how good we have it away. No ball if you ask me, indeed. That could be what this one's warning us about. Another collapse. Write it down and list the potential disasters. Still, that's morbid. Besides, it was all Charles Sorrell's fault. The labor market is way more strict now. And there's no way you could get away with that kind of thing. That kind of safety cutbacks he pulled. You don't actually think the mine is about to collapse, right? Hell no, I don't think so. Phew, I'm away there for a second. I had to give down the egg for it, but the mine's now safer than it was back then. Still, it's a horrible thought. You never know. Yeah, what about that? I agree with Stella. Maybe the districts are warning us about another collapse. We wouldn't put too much stock into that. Yeah. Noticed that myself. What's the obvious common thread between everything we've researched, between winning the old collapse and the smartest place to start our investigation? Good idea. There's a lot of mines-related stuff at my house. We could poke around and find out if we're seeing anything weird. Oh, jeez, I'm not sure. Just clarify, you two suggested we Google questions on the mines, right? We're not poking around up for the actual mines, right? Right? Yeah, totally, 100%. I would never. We only have a good reason to go there. Good, let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. Sneaks? What? I promise, Sneaks. We're just going to questions on the miners. If that question gives us a good reason to poke around, say, abandoned coal mine, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm not going on the ground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. Yeah, and hopefully we can find out what happened way while we're at it. I'm sure that, yeah, right. Alright, let's just see. Jeez, time's so fast, we're having fun. But I don't want to end it yet. Be kind of anticlimactic. Yeah. Well, just in case you want to save. Alright, before we do this, let's do our best to stay on the radar. I'm already getting high enough where tab says this. That sounds like a good idea. We're super sneaky, I promise. Even keep lookout. Look at us going out cave together. I missed this. I missed it too. I saw it's not in the best circumstances, but been so wrapped up enjoying the store I didn't even realize how much I'd be able to hang out with you. Though, there is something missing. Breathe. I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long it's been since we've seen each other. Have you seen him lately? Nope, I've tried to plan stuff, but he's been too sick. Didn't realize it was getting so bad, that poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. See, he decides to be Bob. Maybe we can finally get him to be his little cave. Hell yeah, let's do it. Alright, let's roll out. Reminds me of the Chowpettes and Cooking Companions. Cabbage says that about rolling out. I'll put the link to that in the description, Cooking Companions. See, I was getting a little news if you want to know anyway. Thanks guys, I'll keep you all posted. That's gonna be the end of this chapter, ladies and gentlemen. To keep this from getting too long, if you do what I'm doing, please consider subscribing and I'll sub back very well.